Okay, this is part two. And as I was saying, John did get my uniform for me. And another incident that I remember with John is when I was real sad about this relationship, that I was going through with. And I was sitting outside looking all sad like I had lost my best friend. And John come out the door and he was like, go in there and get your hair done. Maybe you'll feel better. So I went inside and I told the girls, John told me to come get my hair did, and because we was all family and we cared about each other, the girls did my hair for me for free. And but that's the kind of person that John is, okay? That's the kind of heart that he has. And another incident that I remember, John, this guy had to go to court that worked with us. Now this is not our job. This is John's heart. He had to go to court in another town. So John told me to take the young man, to the town to go to court. So the guy drove my car down there, and because he had to go to court. So once we got down there, I realized I didn't know how to drive back because I did not like driving on those little tricky roads, and this is like a real busy place, right? So I called John. I said, John, I'm scared. I don't know how to drive this car back on this highway. What I'm gonna do? So John was like, okay, I'll send somebody down there for you. You scare yourself. And as usual, John sent two guys down there, one with his vehicle and then another guy to drive my vehicle back. So they came and they got me. But that's the kind of heart that John has. And another incident that I remember about John is when one of our salon girls passed away. And I didn't have any money or anything to go to the funeral. And John was a pallbearer at her funeral. And I had a dress, but the dress needed to be clean. So I didn't think I would be able to go. So John said, well, just give me the dress and I'll take it to the 1 hour cleaner and we'll get it clean for you. So I gave John my dress. He took it. They took to the 1 hour cleaner and he got it clean for me and he brought it back. And I was able to go to the funeral. And come to find out, me and John was the only two that went to her funeral because John was a pallbearer and I went as a friend. So thank God that John did get my dress clean, so she would have had people to show up from the shop at her funeral. And another incident that I remember with John, this is not about me, this is about our mechanic. He was telling, well, that's how I found out. John doesn't have the building anymore. He took it on the road. He has a van, and he go and he cleans up your vehicle at your house now, and that's what he normally does. So I was calling him to tell him to come to clean up my vehicle for me, and that was when he told me he was in the hospital. So I called our mechanic to find out did he know that John was in the hospital. And he said no, he didn't know John was in the hospital, but he had seen John a couple of weeks ago and he said John didn't look good. So he assumed that's why he probably in the hospital. Well, he started telling me a story about how him and John met. And he said that he was riding a bike on the highway when we was in the building. And that was a busy highway where we was. And he said he got hit by a car and it knocked him off his bicycle. And John seen it and he ran and he dragged him out of the highway onto onto the ground where our business was. And he said that if it wasn't for John pulling him out of that highway, getting him out of harm's way, he said he would have lost his life. And he has always been indebted to John for that. He said he owed John his life because John saved his. But this is the kind of person that John is. And I just want to let John know that I appreciate everything that you did for me when I was down and out at the time, when I lost my job. And when you came through, when I was going through a lot of things at that time, you was there for me. And I appreciate that, John. And I want you to know that I love you with the love of God. And I am praying for you, John. And I hope you have a good recovery. And I just want to let you know that everybody that you touch, we all appreciate you and we all love you. And you have a blessed day, John. God loves you and so do we. Thank you for everything you've done.